a video. The game has been patched today, so I'm doing my absolute very best to try and get a video out as quickly as possible for this. One of the first things you'll notice is the fact that, well, my face isn't there, and there's two reasons for that. One is because doing the face cam screws with my rendering times, and second is because it's bloody cold in the UK right now. I'm currently sat in my, well, basically in everything and in my dressing gown without my face on, and nobody wants to see that, let's be fair. I also apologise for the voice going up and down between the two. I'm doing a lot of voice practice at the minute, and so I'm trying to let that in. So, what's the thing that's happened with the Aerena update? Well, it's simple. You know these things, shells? They're permanent now, meaning you do not have to have the shell ammo and stock up on all of the shells. It also means that once you've set up a particular setup for a map, you can continue to use it regardless of anything else. What this overall means is that certain rush tactics in particular are now significantly more viable than they were before. It also makes Einstein particularly viable, because what was going on before is like a lot of the heavy shells, such as Light 'em Up, you couldn't get hold of very easily, and like using Blaze and Scorch in particular, you'd go through your shells very, very quickly. The same with like Shockwave, Bait and Switch, TP, Blink, all of them. All of them you went through very quickly. Now they are permanent, you can reliably play the same set in the same way, and you don't have to keep changing your tactics. While personally I was a fan of having to keep updating my tactics every time, it means people can't it means ultimately people kept changing their setup around. It's still going to have its advantages, so we're going to attempt a bit of a rush tactic. Admittedly, Gate of Lost Angels is not the map normally to be doing it with, but we're going to do our best here. Oh yeah, one other thing, the league completely reset. It completely reset. So I'm back down to bronze, which is a little bit annoying. So what we're going to do now is we are going to set ourselves up. We're going to go for a bit of a rush tactic, so we're going to go Mary, Einstein and Hammer. So first person out is going to be Mary, and that then completely eliminates anyone on that line. He won't deploy anyone there. He might. You never know. However, he's level 80, which means he's played a lot. Yep, that is the correct thing to be doing. Next up, what we're going to do is we're going to deploy Einstein. We're going to deploy Hammer straight up on this hand side.
Hammer time!
And Hammer will do what Hammer does best and basically just throw himself at the ship. That's going to be pretty difficult to get through. Now, I was going to deploy Einstein, however, going by his setup, I think I'm actually going to deploy Skyblade instead.
Young and deadly.
Because if I deploy Einstein, he's got a lot of offensive capability there, but Einstein, of course, isn't that very offensive. He's useful in the shell rush tactics, but purely because obviously you can fill up your ship with ether very quickly, and Einstein becomes a lot more useful now considering this update, because shells are... That's a very defensive set. Shells are no longer emergency use only. They are no longer emergency use only. They are, because they're permanent. You don't have to worry about the next game with your shells now. You can keep your shells. That's why I've gone for the set I have. I have a Blaze, I have a Shockwave, and I have a Comeback. Now, I was yeah, that's reasonably sensible, because if I go there, he's just going to do the knockback into the fire. And Hammer is going to move up onto the character tile, and then he's just going to sit there.
Force.
Now he's going to attack him. Yep. I have the comeback on Hammer, kind of fairly deliberately. Sky is going to pick up the character ether, and then disappear into a bit more of a central location. Possibly there because Crank. No, wait, Crank could have got me. Yeah, Colt could have. Now what he's gonna probably do is he's gonna focus fire on. Yep. So we now are going to have to deal with Corp. However, I don't want to deal with Corp. We're going to go with the original plan, which is just force damage directed to the ship. This is what we're here to do. Now, if Corp comes to deal with Mary, he's going to get hit by Sky. Hammer, I think, is just going to... No, that's not going to work because Crank will kill him. Oh, Rush really doesn't work on this map. I should have gone for ranged. I'm pretty sure I have Sharina.
Wake up call.
Works for me. So let's go with Plan B. Lead time. There's nowhere in particular to go. Now what I'm going to do, assuming he doesn't move his Crank, and he can't move his Crank, Sky's got to go after Crank. So Rush failed, he's immediately going Okay, Sky has to move because otherwise Crank will go around there. There's nowhere decent to put Mary. But Sky. Other than that's what I got. This is literally the only one I have right now. Is there? Rush has failed. He's got a very, very heavy set, which means as soon as Hammer dies, and the quicker Hammer dies, the better. He'll just keep Corp there, and he'll just, you know, murder from there. Now then, continue hurting the ship. I think is probably going to be the best plan. And we will move ourselves up. Corp is going to hit the ship, which we kind of expected. Rush failure. I can't play Rush. As regular viewers of me will know that this is not my strategy in any way, shape or format. This really is not my strategy.
Personal space, which way?
Well, that hurt.
Double kill! It's a double kill!
That was very nice. Okay, change of plan.
Ooh, Harlequin.
That was very nice. This is the one problem, however, about this update. You will get a meta of shells. Shockwave is a shell that will be everywhere now. It will be absolutely everywhere. There.
It's Steel Fist Crank.
It's gonna have to be that. I'm done. Damn it. I haven't even killed any of his ones.
The match is heating up.
And right now there's no one I can put anywhere.
It's hammer time.
Sure.
And there is the ultimate attack.
Okay. We'll do this then.
What is new with full comeback?
Now Martel is going to do his bomb. Note to self, rush
That
does
ship
not
has
work
taken
on
quite
this
a
map.
beating.
And no, also note to
This
self,
is
I
getting
suck at rush.
interesting. Cranking up the heat with a blaze. Someone is starting to feel
But
the
this
heat.
this, however, is the advantage of having a really low cost shell set. No crank will move up and then do his area knockback, causing 2 damage to my ship, and 2 damage. Yep, there it is.
And there is the ultimate attack.
Yep, as to be expected. Now, we do that, and then we hit a Gatling, which did a lot of damage to both crank and a hammer. Which means at this point we're pretty much dead. Baron, because, you know.
They are falling like flies.
As long as I can get hammer up now to 2 ether, I've won. Which isn't going to happen.
Martel stumping.
Actually, no, that's not a good idea. That's probably the least worst ideas we have. Means I can't power up hammer. I would be fucking amazed if I win this. All Baron has to do is go over there and pray for the RNG. I'm not sure if he's going to do that at this point. Sorry, I lost my voice in there somewhere. Hammer can just move up one and then just sit. The reason for that, because if I left him there, Corp could move up, Baron then could get the one in. E for discharge.
Cranking up the heat with a blaze.
There we go.
Body
And that's the thing
count
about that's the only thing about the shells being permanent now, is they're not an emergency measure. They are a we're going to use them measure, which is going to completely change the. She's going to completely change all of the meta. It's going to completely change the game. It kind of means you kind of have to know. You had to guess what shells they had before anyway. I have to admit, overall, I'm not entirely a fan of this update. I'm going to say it. I'm not a fan of this update because it seems to take a lot of the strategy out of things. The shells were never the shells were always an integral part of the game, but they were always emergency use. I mean, you even saw it from me. They're not emergency use now. They form. While they could always have formed part of your short-term strategy, they're now a permanent part of people's playstyles. They now are a case of, it doesn't matter, I can just play it because there's no consequences of me playing it. Particularly if you're running, like most people will do now, they are going to run low-cost shells. It's a bit annoying. I'm not gonna lie about it. I mean, you guys obviously know I've done a lot of videos on it. I'm obviously a big fan of the game. I'm not. I was never really a fan of this update. I mean, it's useful in a way. I don't have to keep spending my shillings on shells, but I have all the things I want now, so I do hate to be negative about it, but that's my opinion of the thing. So I'm only going to do the one game here, because obviously I spent a little bit earlier kind of describing what's going on, and a bit now talking about what I think. So I thank you all for watching this. I hope it was useful, hope you enjoyed it, and I'm going to try and do more rush tactics later, probably not on that map, because that map just doesn't work for. Cool, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you everybody for watching the video. If you would like to see the next episode directly, then it is immediately below me now. If you would like to have a look at the channel and see what else I have, then it's there. If you would really enjoy this and would like to see more, then please hit that subscribe button. Also, please, if you like the video, hit the like button. It definitely helps out. In the bottom corner, you will see the Twitter logo, which has my Twitter on it, @FictionalAroma. Please follow me on Twitter and send me Twitter reviews. Otherwise, it's fictionalaroma@gmail.com. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.